What's up, you guys? Today I'm out here in my hometown. We are waiting for the new project to arrive, and man, I'm just super excited. I cannot wait for it. It's gonna be a couple minutes. The driver's almost here, and I'll talk a little bit about it once it gets here. But man, it's gonna be super awesome. Oh my gosh. Holy shit, man. Damn. Oh my gosh, it's right here. This is so crazy. Whoa, look at this thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, she is rough. Holy cow, this thing is rough. Oh my gosh. We got a lot of work ahead of us. Holy cow, you guys. This thing, check this thing out, man. I think those tie downs are holding this thing together. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. 68 Fastback. So we're just waiting for the tow truck now, but man, she's pretty fragile. But it's here. Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese, people. Wow. This thing is just messed up. I can't believe this is mine. A 68 Fastback. Real 68 Fastback. I rusted one, but it's real. Oof, it's a lot of work right there. Holy hell, this is crazy. What the? Oh man, this is just nuts. I cannot. This is crazy. The whole back of the car is about to rip off with this winch. Got the whole crew out here. Here we go. We got it. We got it in the trailer. Yeah, it's good. Holy crap. This thing's like a sunken boat. Looks like a sunken boat that's out of sea. All right, you guys, we've got some sunlight, and let's take a closer look at this 1968 Mustang Fastback. And man, this thing just looks super cool. Check that out. But we've got a ton of work ahead of us. And yeah, we're gonna spend a lot of time on the metalwork first to get this thing even into a rolling shell. But yeah, it's got some interior pieces. Looks like it's got the rear seats, the two front seats. It's got the steering wheel with the dash on there. But yeah, the way that I'm gonna tackle this project is doing like stages. You know, first stage, we're going to do all the metal work. We're gonna get all that done first, and I suspect that's going to be about $10,000. to get all the sheetwork straightened out with the new quarter panels. I took a closer look right here, and you can see some like pitting right here, and I just don't think that cleaning that up with even with the blaster, and then having your whole paint done and everything, I think those blisters will damage your paint over time. So we want to have some clean metal to paint. So definitely replace the whole quarter panels. The roof looks like it's pretty good. I think it will clean up nicely. It's got some dents in there, but nothing to be afraid of. I do know this car needs a whole floor piece. The whole floor is just gone on this thing. Check that out. Swiss cheese on that. But they do sell the whole floor piece for this car. It's just one piece that goes all the way to the back and all the way to the front of the car. So that's pretty cool that they remake these type of parts. But check that out. We've got the dash. We might have to replace that as well. I got the steering wheel. Some back interior pieces, like I said. The vents on the quarters right there. So most likely all of this stuff will be replaced. We just want to start out with good stuff, and that's a good thing about this car, is that they make pretty much every single part you can think of. I know this car is rough. Check that out. That's the that's the frame rail. This thing is just Swiss cheese everywhere. But there's going to be two opinions on this, and one of them's going to be, this thing should have been in the scrapper. It should have been junked. And the other one is just going to be, you guys are just going to think that this thing is the coolest thing ever. And that's where I'm at. And the thing with these cars is just, they're just getting super hard to find. You just can't find these 68 fastbacks anymore. And if you do find one, the prices are just getting so insane that, man, I don't think I'll ever be able to afford it. So I just had to pull the trigger. I knew the condition of the car already, so I already know it's going to be a huge project. But it's not really intimidating to me. I know that I can do it if I just take my time, and like always, just do my research before I even start. Will greatly help in their restoration. But I don't really want to talk about what the future for this car is. There's a future video I'm going to do. The next video will be on the whole plans with this project, and it's going to be really cool. But this is it. This is the dream car. No matter what the condition that is in, it's finally here. I own a 68 Mustang Fastback. But the reason that I bought this car is because this is it. This is the dream car. This is a car that sparked all of my classic car just craziness. This is the car that I've always wanted, and here it is. It's finally in my driveway. No matter how rough it is, here it is. This is the 1968 Mustang Fastback. And when I was a kid, when I was about 10 years old, I saw a 1965 Mustang. It was a light blue one. It was just all restored, and that thing just looked super clean. And I just remember thinking, like, man, that is just the coolest car I have ever seen. And that's just how it starts, mainly with Mustangs. And I know a lot of people are gonna have a lot of Mustang stories from when you were a kid, so that would be really cool to hear from you guys. But a couple years later, when I saw that blue Mustang, I ended up buying my first ever car, and it was a 1966 red Mustang. And man, that was just the coolest car to me. And with that car, my dad and I, we just fixed the whole thing up. We got it running, and there's just a lot of very good memories with my dad. And he taught me a lot on working on these old cars, and eventually I took over and started teaching him a couple of stuff. But here it is. I sold my 66 red Mustang. I've had it for about 7-8 years, and I just thought that this is the time. This is the time where I would be able to afford this thing, would be able to start on a project of this level. Because as you guys know, as life goes on and you start to get older, time is just, it gets really short, and yeah, we having kids and having family, it takes a lot of your time. So this is it. This is the time to buy it, and here it is, the 1968 Mustang Fastback. I hope you guys are here to follow my journey in restoring this car, and I will make another video talking about the plans for this car, and it's gonna be really awesome. But lots of work ahead of me. We've got a lot of rust repair to do, so I'm gonna do this in different stages. And like I said, the first part was just getting all the metal work done and make it into a roller. But the original color from the factory is called Presidential Blue, and you could still sort of see the original paint from the factory. Check that out right here. It's a really dark blue. It almost looks black, and at night it's pretty much a black car. But I think that's really awesome. I'm definitely considering painting that color again once it's restored. But this is pretty much your plain Jane C code Mustang Fastback. I'll put up a picture of the Marty report. It did come with a 3-speed manual transmission, which I think is pretty cool, but that's about it when it comes to the options. It does not have the deluxe interior. It does not have the Cobra Jet Mustang engine. It does not have the GT or the S code stuff. It's a pretty plain Jane 289 C code Mustang, which is exactly what I wanted. You know, the plans with this car is that it will not be completely original. It's going to be a light resto mod, but I'll make a complete video for the plans of this car. It will not have the original engine. It will not have completely original interior and the paint. I really do like the Presidential Blue, so we might go with that color but have a more modern take on it. But this is it. This is the 68 Mustang Fastback. I really want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing and following along the build and all the craziness with these classic cars. We still are waiting on parts for the 428 engine. I'm waiting for the head still. But once the heads come in, this thing is just going to be assembled pretty quickly, and this build is going to really progress. So the priority is still the Galaxy right now, and we're just waiting on parts, you know. And what better way to wait on parts than to buy a completely new project, right? But that's it. Thank you guys for watching. This is it, the Swiss cheese Mustang. And I hope you guys are here for the build of the Mustang and the build for the Galaxy. It's all going to be pretty crazy now with these two builds going on, but man, I cannot wait for the future when these rides are out on the streets. That's it. Boom.